Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Teresa lets Marlena in on her secret during Paulina's surprise wedding. Wednesday, February 14th. Days of Our Lives spoilers tease that John Black treated Marlena Evans to a romantic picnic at a park with lots of trees. On Wednesday's episode of Days, Teresa Donovan woke up at home to discover that Alex Kyriakis was gone and that the engagement ring was also missing. That made Teresa believe that either Alex was planning another proposal prank or he had taken the ring to the bistro to put in a souffle. Teresa readily accepted Alex's suggestion to go for a stroll when he arrived home and appeared ready for him to ask her out. Alex and Teresa received an invitation to join John and Marlena after they interrupted their picnic shortly after. Alex's statement that they had no plans didn't seem to excite Teresa, but she enjoyed hearing all of the anecdotes Marlena and John shared about their past together. Given that John and Marlena were still deeply in love after all these years, Teresa questioned what their secret was. John reiterated that what mattered most was respect and trust, but he also said that maintaining a romantic attitude always helped. After removing Marlena for a quiet moment, Teresa had Alex acknowledge that he was under pressure to be intensely romantic on Valentine's Day. John advised Alex to just be honest with Teresa and let go of the pressure. Reunited with Teresa, she updated Marlena on the engagement ring she had discovered and presented her explanation for believing Alex would pop the question. Marlena wasn't sure, and she reasoned that Teresa might be better suited to deal with Tate Black before moving further with Alex. Teresa countered that they may extend their engagement since she didn't want to let Alex down by turning down his exquisite ring. After Alex and Teresa arrived home, he told her that she could spend the day at home as he attended to some matters at work. Teresa recommended reserving a table at the bistro for Valentine's Day supper, and she appeared irritated when Alex said, "Sure, why not?" Teresa finally concluded, nevertheless, that Alex was merely attempting to confuse her in advance of the proposal. On Wednesday's DOL show, Marlena worried to John that Teresa was becoming too excited about Alex proposing. They were in the park again. John shared his counsel for Alex, stating that he was experiencing a lot of romantic pressure, although Marlena said she didn't think that was where Alex's head was at. John finally got a dual Valentine's Day and birthday gift from Marlena, and he danced with her after getting moved by the going home to Doc keychain. In the next Wednesday's Days episode, Stephen Nichols, gently woke up Kayla Johnson, Mary Beth Evans, by rubbing a yellow rose over her face in honor of their anniversary. When Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, carried in a breakfast tray, she had a similar thought, but she failed to knock, interfering with Steve's desire to develop a passionate relationship with Kayla. Kayla said it was okay and reassured Steve that they could resume their private celebration later, even though Stephanie apologized for being a fool. Stephanie asked Steve and Kayla which of their weddings was their favorite after they had settled down to eat the meal she had prepared. Since their marriage ceremony on the yacht was the best, Kayla and Steve reflected about it. As they toasted their love for one another, Steve and Kayla thought back on their most recent wedding. As a gift, Stephanie gave her parents some old wedding pictures and informed them that she would be gone for several hours if they wanted to resume their earlier activities. On Wednesday's episode of Days, Steve and Kayla did actually return to the bedroom after Stephanie departed. Paulina Price noted the roses Rafe Hernandez delivered to her bedside when she was in the hospital and thanked him for calling to see how she was doing. Paulina surmised that perhaps the department had sent them because Rafe seemed perplexed. Paulina discovered that every bouquet and arrangement she had been given up to that point had white flowers when Abe Carver arrived carrying some white roses. When Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree arrived at the venue suited for their nuptials, Chanel also carried a white bouquet. Paulina was shocked to hear that Chanel and Johnny intended to tie the knot in her room. It was also intended to decorate Paulina's hospital bedside with white flowers for their ceremony. Paulina consented to be Johnny's best friend and Chanel's matron of honor. Paulina amazed at all her jobs because she was also in charge of the rings and Chanel's giveaway. As the officiant for the wedding, Abe walked the happy couple through the traditional vows before they exchanged some private ones. After exchanging rings, Johnny and Chanel were officially pronounced husband and wife. Once Chanel and Johnny kissed each other goodbye, Paulina had to be taken away for surgery. Chanel needed Johnny's assurance as they got ready to be the most stylish people waiting in the hospital. according to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Chanel and Johnny want to work together to overcome any impending obstacles. Stay in for more updates on their future. In her hospital room, Paulina thanks Rafe on the phone for the exquisite white flowers he sent over. Upon his confusion, she assumes the department sent them. As she hangs up, Abe enters, presenting his own bouquet of white roses that stand for love, hope, and new beginnings. In the hospital lobby, an elegantly dressed Johnny and Chanel, wearing overcoats, anticipate Paulina's reaction. Holding a white bouquet, Chanel thanks Johnny, who would do anything to make her happy. She beams and says she's thrilled about this. Kayla wakes up to yellow rose petals sprinkled over her and Steve's bed. Steve says she's more beautiful than the first time he laid eyes on her. He's grateful for all their crazy adventures over the years because they brought them to where they are now. They kiss passionately, but get interrupted by an incoming Stephanie, carrying a breakfast tray. Steve and Kayla follow a mortified Stephanie to the kitchen. Kayla insists on enjoying the beautiful meal their daughter prepared for them. Steve is more reluctant, considering what they were about to do in the bedroom. In the park, a clean-shaven John surprises Marlena with a Valentine's Day picnic. John hopes it makes up for them being apart last year at this time. Marlena quips that's quite the euphemism for what happened. Alex comes home to Teresa, now in a classy pink robe and lingerie. She presents breakfast she made for him, but he's not that hungry. He asks to go for a walk instead. He looks pensive as she runs off to get changed. When Johnny and Chanel enter Paulina's hospital room, she notes Chanel's white bouquet, deducing all the white is not a coincidence. Chanel says her flowers are her bridal bouquet. She pulls off her coat, revealing a form-fitting, floor-length, spaghetti strap white dress. Johnny removes his coat, revealing a tuxedo. They're getting married right there, right now, with Abe officiating. Abe reveals he had the other flowers delivered. Johnny and Chanel task Paulina with being the maid of honor, the best person, and giving Chanel away. Stephanie asks Steve and Kayla which of their weddings was their favorite as the Johnsons enjoy breakfast. They agree it was their first one aboard the yacht. After 2 months of silence, Steve remembers how Kayla said his name during the ceremony and how her hearing was restored the night before the wedding. After remembering back to their vows, Kayla holds Steve and Stephanie's hands to remark how lucky she is. She never could have anticipated how much better, richer, and nicer her life would be. Mine too, Steve says. Stephanie surprises her parents with images she gathered from all their weddings. Steve remembers how, on their Valentine's Day wedding at the pub 3 years prior, Kayla had playfully said that this was the last time she would be doing this. While strolling, Alex and Teresa come across John and Marlena, who extend an invitation for them to attend their picnic. Teresa forces a smile as Alex eagerly accepts. John regales Teresa and Alex with the first time he surprised Marlena with a romantic picnic. It occurred during their first honeymoon in West Virginia. Teresa queries their 40-year love story's secret once flashbacks begin to play. John gives romance, trust, and respect credit. In their subsequent tale, John places a $100,000 bid to dance with Marlena at a medical auction.